What's the one thing that separates the average from the extraordinary? It's not talent, it's not intelligence. It's the ability to take risks, but not just any risks. I'm talking about fearless risks, the kind that the world would consider dangerous. What if I told you there's a mental hack, a dark strategy, that could make you take these kinds of risks without hesitation? Today, we're going deep into the mindset that turns fear into fuel for success. The biology of fear. Fear is a natural human response to danger, but in today's world, most of the risks we face aren't life-threatening. They're mental or emotional challenges that involve uncertainty or failure. The problem is, when we feel fear, our brain triggers the fight-or-flight response. But what if we could override that? What if we could teach our brain to embrace fear instead of running from it? The concept of comfort zone. The comfort zone is where nothing new happens. You stay safe, predictable, but you also stay stuck. To achieve greatness, you have to step out of that zone, but fear holds you back. So, how do you hack your mind to leap fearlessly into the unknown? Here's the hack. You need to develop a mindset that sees fear as an ally, not an enemy. This dark mindset shift involves reprogramming your brain to stop avoiding fear. Instead of seeing fear as a warning, you begin to see it as an opportunity to grow. You embrace discomfort as a sign that you're about to make progress. This is not about being reckless. It's about cultivating the confidence to make calculated risks without letting fear control you. Think of the most successful individuals you know, whether entrepreneurs, athletes, or artists. They didn't get to where they are by playing it safe. They took risks. But here's the difference. They don't let fear paralyze them. They use it as motivation to push through. This is where the dark mindset comes in. You begin to see every risk as a necessary step on the way to success. The first step in implementing this hack is to reframe how you look at risk. Every risk is an opportunity to learn, grow, or succeed in a way you never would if you played it safe. This mindset shift is crucial. If you start to think of risks as investments in your future, you'll begin to take them with confidence. Next, you need to visualize yourself succeeding despite the fear. See yourself taking the leap, making that big move, and coming out stronger. Visualization activates the brain's reward system, creating a sense of certainty even before you take action. The more you practice this, the easier it gets to take those risks in real life. Now, here's where the dark mindset really comes in. When you adopt this mindset, you tell yourself that you will never regret taking a risk, even if it doesn't work out. Why? Because you'll know that trying and failing is far better than never trying at all. This takes the sting out of failure. Instead of seeing it as defeat, you see it as experience, as part of your journey to success. Let's look at Elon Musk. He's taken huge financial and personal risks throughout his career. From investing his own money into SpaceX and Tesla when no one believed in him, to taking on massive ventures that could have failed catastrophically. But what's his mindset? He knows that the greatest rewards come from the greatest risks, and that mindset is what keeps him pushing the envelope no matter what. Another great example is Oprah Winfrey. She faced constant rejection early in her career, but she didn't let fear dictate her path. She took risks by speaking her truth, taking control of her narrative, and never shying away from challenges. Look where it got her.
We're often afraid of failure because we tie our identity to success. But failure isn't a reflection of who you are. It's a reflection of what you tried. When you start seeing failure as an experience, not a setback, you'll begin to embrace risk-taking with open arms. To become fearless in taking risks, you must stop avoiding the discomfort. You need to train your brain to associate taking action with progress, not pain. You need to let go of the perfectionist mindset and understand that every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. So, the next time you're standing at the edge of a big decision, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Then, make your move. Remember, every great success story was written by someone who wasn't afraid to take the leap. Adopt this dark mindset, take fearless risks, and watch your life transform in ways you never thought possible.